Let's mount up.
Hey guys, it's been a while since my last video, so I just wanted to give you a little update on where things are at right now. I've been working on the shooting gallery here and there. Haven't really got a lot done recently, but now that it's September 1st, that's got to change if we want to get it done for this year. So we started building the facade last night, and I'm going to start working on finishing up, building the electronics for the different targets. I think we've got a pretty good list of the props that we want to do for that this year. So we're going to start working on building those props and making that all work. I've got to build the interior wall panels for the gallery, so there's a lot to get done. And let me show you what we've got going so far. All right, so this is the start of a new facade for this year. It's just the base framing for it. And this guy is going to be going on the other side of the garage door. So this is going to be the facade for our shooting gallery. And if you haven't seen our previous video, we're going to be doing a blacksmith shop. So that's going to be set up in the garage here. I actually got it cleaned up, which is amazing. And I built this fancy workbench over here and organization. But I knew that I wanted to have the shooting gallery housed in here, and up until a few weeks ago, you pretty much couldn't even walk in here. So there was no way I was going to actually be able to set up this whole shooting gallery in here. So we got this all cleaned up, and we've got this facade going. And so this will end up being the front of the blacksmith shop. All right, so I showed you the start of the facade in the garage, and this is basically a little plan that I put together for the framing panels. That gives you the overall shape you can see. And then that's actually going to go, this is just a street view image that I printed out of our house just to help me plan things out, measure everything out. And so that'll just go in front of the garage, like right over here. And then this is just something I was playing around with in SketchUp just to kind of start to get an idea of how things are going to lay out inside the shooting gallery. We're going to build the different wall panels for it. And then I just put in a few different things to try to get an idea of the spacing. So we're still trying to figure out which props we're going to build for that, how everything's going to start going together for that. Okay, so this is the completed gun for the gallery. I'm going to be trying to make one more out of a cap gun that I have. It's a small cap gun, like cowboy rifle. But this guy is actually done and ready to go. I have other videos on this where you can see kind of the internals. For this, basically, got these parts that are, this is a washer that's welded on. This is like a weld-in bung for like a fuel tank. And I got that on eBay, and so that attaches, screws into the bottom of the gun, runs the wires through here, and then I just hooked up a little connector on this guy. And then that connector plugs into this, which is basically, this is the electronics for the gun circuit here. This little display shows the number of shots remaining. I still need to hook this guy in, but this will be the start game button. And this, I'm going to build a little, like a panel that all this stuff will hook into, and then it'll screw underneath onto the counter. So, and then this is the electronics here for that. On the bottom is an Arduino Uno, and then there's a Adafruit MP3 maker. I'm blanking on the name, but it's basically like an MP3 soundboard that hooks into the Arduino, and then I can basically play the gunshot sound and stuff. I've got that saved on this little SD card here, and on the top is a prototype board that plugs in, and that's where I was able to build the circuit for all the different stuff that I need to do. And then this little button hanging off here is to change the number of shots. I didn't want to have that on the actual panel because I didn't want the kids to be able to mess with that. So if it's busy or whatever, we can just reduce the number of shots. So this will just be kind of like underneath the counter there, and we can adjust that pretty easily. So, and then this over here is the final prototype for the target. These are little acrylic discs that I got on eBay. I got like 50 of them for about $7, so that was pretty cool. And then these stickers I ordered, from Avery. I had bought templates for them. They were like 2-inch templates that you could print on your own. And then I realized that you could actually order from them directly, and it was pretty cheap. And you could get 1.5-inch stickers on that, which is what I really wanted. So I ordered those guys. I made this little design up in Photoshop, and I think it turned out really well. I think it's going to be pretty awesome. This little LED lights up here, and then underneath here, this is where the IR sensor is to detect the IR light that's being shot out of the gun. So this is going to work really well. This is a little Arduino Nano, and basically one of these will be built for each prop, and then I can make a circuit depending on what we want the prop to do. And the circuit, basically whatever needs to happen. So like one of the things that we'll have for sure is lanterns that you can shoot out in the gallery, and so basically I'll just build a circuit, and then the lanterns can plug into that circuit, and that'll the little Arduino will control that when the target is shot out. So yeah, so that's basically where we're at on the components.